Hello, I'm Suzie Coates and I'm one of the pre-sessional coordinators at King's. And I wanted to talk about tutor support on the pre-sessional because our approach to this has changed quite a lot in the last 3 or 4 years. So I wanted to share some of the things we're doing at King's, then hopefully we can bring in experiences from other places in the Q&A. So the pre-sessional at King's has grown a lot in the last few years. We've gone from around 850 students in 2017 to 1,900 students in 2020, and we're expecting similar numbers this year. So to deliver a course of this size, we need 90 tutors, 55 of whom are temporarily recruited for the summer, and they work alongside our permanent tutors at King's. And of course, the other big change in 2020 was we had to deliver our course fully online. And so this means that all tutors had to be competent in online delivery. So these changes meant we had to rethink our approach to tutor support on the pre-sessional. So our aim is to support tutors to provide a quality experience for all students, but also a kind of standardized experience for all students. We want students to be receiving similar input, similar practice opportunities, and of course, similar type of feedback on their work. Alongside this, we want to give tutors a positive experience when they work for us. We want to make sure they have the support they need, and also they've got opportunities to develop because we want them to come back. Of course, with the increase in recruitment, we're drawing from a wider pool of tutors now. And this, of course, means that we've got tutors of a much wider range of experience levels. You know, we have tutors that have been coming back to us for many years. We've got tutors that are new to King's but have worked on other pre-sessionals. And we've also got tutors who are excellent teachers, but they are new to EAP and pre-sessional. So the amount and type of support that each tutor needs really varies. And of course, we know that the intense nature of pre-sessional means there's really limited time for CPD. So with these kind of considerations and in line with tutor feedback we've received in the last few years, we've really changed our approach to the support we provide for tutors on the pre-sessional and put a much greater focus on development. And one area we've really changed is the induction. So we've gone from a very top-down, information-heavy week of induction to a more socio-cultural approach. And what I mean by that is we've changed our approach to a more collaborative and dialogic one, viewing teachers more as producers rather than just receivers of knowledge. We're allowing more for construction of knowledge and providing scaffolding as it's required, and also allowing tutors the opportunity to participate in multiple discourse spaces. Now, what that means in practice is we've got a much greater focus on pedagogy now. So rather than just information giving, we're talking about how we teach, how we give feedback, a lot more. Now, obviously, we still need to provide the information around systems and processes, but as much as possible, we're doing this via asynchronous orientation tasks, so tutors can work at their own pace, depending on their experience level with this kind of systems. We've also gone from having sessions delivered mainly by 1 or 2 members of the coordination team to having the King's Foundation tutors much more involved in the delivery of the live sessions and making the focus of these sessions much more about experience sharing, to acknowledge the wealth of experience we have within the tutor team, both permanent and temporary at King's. We've also allowed for more differentiation, so we now have optional sessions where tutors can attend if they feel they need support or if they have questions in that area. And we've got a lot of Q&A sessions, either live or via online threads. And so these allow tutors kind of to direct the interaction to what they need, the questions they want answered and what they need from an induction. And finally, something really successful is we allow new tutors the opportunity to observe tutors already teaching on the longer versions of the pre-sessional. And so this is great if we've got new tutors to put their mind at ease before they start teaching, and obviously for sharing ideas between tutors. So this is how we've changed our induction, and I wanted just to talk about one other thing that we're doing through the course that I think has been very successful. So Clegg, in her work on CPD and in higher education, talks a lot about non-formal spaces for reflection and collective learning as being key to kind of development for tutors. And obviously, when we have a tutor cohort of this size, it's very easy for tutors to get lost and to lose the focus on the individual. So one thing we've started doing in the last couple of years is we divide our staff body into groups of 8 to 10 tutors, smaller groups, and with a member of the pre-sessional coordination team in each group. And these groups meet every Monday for 30 minutes with optional drop-ins on Fridays. But actually, they're optional, but pretty much everyone attends out of choice. And these are great because they give opportunity for tutors to ask questions, raise issues that have come up in the week's teaching, and share experience. It means we can quickly identify any further support required, and we can also facilitate good practice sharing. So if a teacher or a group of teachers are struggling with something or don't see how something works, we've seen a good example of it elsewhere, we can encourage, sharing of good practice. These meetings are great for team building, and because there's an online chat with it and that continues throughout the week, it's basically a support network for tutors during the pre-sessional. So those are some of the things that we're doing. What's the result of that? Well, indications are that it's working. We've got a really good student satisfaction rate on the pre-sessional, particularly with teachers and teaching. And what's really gratifying for us is we've had a really high return rate of tutors in the last couple of years. So for example, this year we've needed 55 tutors, but we've temporary tutors in addition to our permanent staff. We've actually only had to recruit 10 new tutors because the rest of the places have been filled by returning tutors. So that's great for us. You can see here's a couple of comments as well from tutor feedback at the end of last year's course. So you can see that tutors feel they are getting something from working on the pre-sessional. So that's what we're doing. I think it's working, but obviously we've still got challenges, and it would be great to share ideas more about this and what's happening in other places at the Q&A. So please do come along. Thank you.